So much pain! So much pain!
Another Bears game played, another loss. Let's just get into this reaction. Let's dive into it. Another Bears game, another Bears loss. Bears lose 24-17. And where do I begin this video? Because at the end of the day, at least, especially for the Bears on the offensive side of the ball, it was a tale of two halves. Offensively, the first half, the Bears looked decent. Bears looked like they was moving the football a little bit, converted some drives into touchdowns. Kmet got 2 first-half touchdowns. Then the second half was just what the hell.
That is blasphemous.
Now, I would give this. It was basically a crazy game, especially when you think of where the Bears are kind of as a football team right now. It's not in a good state, I'll tell you that much, especially after a game like this. Now, a positive thing or something good that I can take away from this ball game is that the Bears defense helped them in this ball game. Believe it or not, the Bears defense kept the Bears in this ball game because when you look at it, the Saints started every single drive in the second half in Bears territory.
That is blasphemous.
And for the Bears to only give up 10 points out of all of those, I will give a testament to them. They made some key defensive stops and some key plays when it kind of mattered most. Now, when you think about it, it was 5 turnovers.
That is blasphemous.
3 of them in the second half, with Bagent's 2 interceptions in the second half and a fumble. And already we had a Bagent interception and a DJ Moore fumble. It's just, the Bears literally on the offensive side of the ball got in their own way. And I had to say this now. Luke Getsy, he's got to go.
You're fired!
Because of his play calling? His play calling, oh my God. I've seen on a couple of plays where the offensive line actually had good protection today. And it has been a good protected game for the Bears in this ball game. The Bears actually protected very well. For the most part, the Bears protected well. I'm looking at the above things that some of the broadcasts showed, and the route concepts was nobody was open. So that's why you had Tyson Bagent having to run the ball as much as he did, scrambling as much as he did, because the route concepts just aren't there. Some of the play calls, especially, you call a screen to Eberflus Jones, somebody who can't catch, somebody who's garbage. He has garbage.
Dinkelberg.
He dropped that one.
Dinkelberg.
He got blew up too a little bit, but he still dropped the fucking football. And he got another penalty that cost the Bears some key yardage and a punt, which stupid. And I honestly believe that what is Eberflus Jones doing? He has all that speed for no reason.
Dinkelberg.
It's just, this offense for the Bears is just no matter who the quarterback is. Just doesn't look good. It's more scheme than anything. And to me, I think this is Matt Nagy 2.0 when you're talking about Luke Getsy and this Bears offense. I really believe that at this point, this is Matt Nagy 2.0, where you have a scheme that doesn't work, especially passing-wise, even though you had a young quarterback, undrafted rookie, who threw 3 interceptions today and forced fumble on his own. And you're asking a guy like this to anticipate so many throws. They did not make it easy for him in the second half, and that is Luke Getsy, because I just say his play calling, especially in the second half, no adjustments. You have to adjust to what you have. You have to adjust to what you see, what the Saints are bringing you. You have to adjust your play calls to fit and make some positives out of it and make things still easier for your quarterback, especially a guy like Bagent. And you're asking him to anticipate and make so many throws in tight windows with those route concepts that Bagent is just not the quarterback to make those throws. Now, of course, Bagent had his moments where he looked good, especially with the scrambles and especially in that first half, outside of that first half interception. But it's just like at the end of the day, you don't see any adjustments from this Bears offense at all. Now, running the football, Foreman, 20 carries, 83 yards. He had a couple of ones where he could have broke them. The Bears ran the football, I believe, at a very good rate today, as the Bears ran for 156 yards, and they were able to move the football, running the football at good points. It's just, at the end of the day, you know you have a young quarterback. You cannot ask him to just sit in the pocket with these route concepts for so long. Can't do it. And I will give the Bears offensive line credit. They protected good for the most part, only allowing 2 sacks today. And one of them was an unfortunate forced fumble strip sack by Mario Davis, who made a great play on it, which I will give him credit for. It's just this team. They just fail in the second half of ball games. The fourth quarter Bear offensive woes continue.
That is blasphemous.
And some of it was the turnovers, 5 turnovers to 0. You're not going to win very many ball games turning the football over that much. And then on top of that, with the offense, you had so many penalties, 8 penalties to 1.
That is blasphemous.
You already are probably at a disadvantage with some of the injuries to your football team, the talent on your football team. You're already at a disadvantage. You can't turn the football over, and you can't make costly penalties. And the Bears did both of them today. And they were still in a close ball game with the Saints. And I will give the credit to that, to the Bears defense, who played a really good football game, especially for the positions that they were put in. I just don't, for the life of me, understand that this Bears team cannot do complimentary football. And then on top of that, you missed the field goal. Saints missed one too to kind of even it out, but just think what that field goal at the end of the half by Santos that he misses does for the momentum and for the trajectory of this ball game. Now, I'm not saying if he makes the field goals, they win the ball game. All right. Getting points at the end of the half could have swung the momentum. Who knows? Could have made a bit of a difference to how the Saints called some of the ball game in the second half, being down 3 versus being a tied ball game coming out of the half. So, special teams is always going to play an important part in the ball game. And the Bears just missed the field goal today. Santos, we really don't see him miss too many field goals, but I think this one was a little bit more critical, especially for the timing that it happened, and the way the rest of the ball game went is a little bit crucial. And for the Bears defense to only let up 10 points, especially with the offense of the Saints that started every position in their territory, I would give credit to them. They made plays and they made the stops when they needed to, including a 4th down stop on a quarterback sneak, in which the Bears didn't do nothing when they got the football back. But I would give the credit to this Bears defense. They played as good as a game that you could play, especially with the positions that they were put in. But the still thing that gets on my nerves about this defense is they do not get sacks. Guess how many sacks the Bears had today? 0.
That is blasphemous.
What? You're not going to win games when you just cannot get out to the quarterback. Because who knows, it could be a strip sack, a forced fumble, a tip ball interception, and the Bears didn't have any turnovers either. Just getting pressure and getting after Derek Carr can cause so many different things to happen. And outside of the one play where Montez Sweat hit Derek Carr's arm, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, I will give the Bears credit. The run defense is still there. They only held the Saints to only 87 yards rushing. With running backs like Kamara, Williams, and the way they use Taysom Hill in the running game, the longest run they gave up was 14, and they only allowed 87 yards of rushing. So I will give them credit there. Their run defense has been a lot better, especially over the last couple of weeks for this Bears team. But where I do draw the line is the Bears just don't create turnovers and they do not get after the quarterback. And those are two things that can change the perplexity of the ball game, in which we've seen today with the Saints getting 5 turnovers and 2 sacks. Those plays like this change ball games. Defensive penalties in general change ball games. And the Bears failed on those 3 levels. And it takes complementary football to win in this league. Bears didn't throw the ball particularly well, especially in the second half. They ran the ball well. You didn't move the football, but only so much because you were unable to adjust and have a successful passing game. The Bears, they did stops defensively, but they didn't have those game-changing plays to get the offense in better positions because they were not able to create those turnovers or get those sacks and get those pressures. So the Bears just cannot do it in a complementary way. It just hasn't happened, especially over the last couple of weeks. We can kind of throw the Raiders and the Commanders games out as basically flukes because that's exactly what they look like with this team playing like they played now. It looks like flukes. And Bagent turning the football over doesn't help. DJ Moore with the punt, Tillman punch, that didn't help. It's just the Bears had so many opportunities to try to win a ball game like this, and they got in their own way with mistakes, penalties, and turnovers. And in this league, especially with a team that's more talented than you, you're not going to win ball games like that. You're just not. Now, I didn't pick the Bears to win this week anyway, and that performance showed why I didn't pick the Bears. And it's just hard to have some faith in this team when they just cannot play consistent football on both sides of the ball, and technically all 3 phases of the football, especially with the missed field goal today. And then we on a short week again. Let's just hope that they can make some type of adjustments like they did against the Commanders. Let's just hope that this team can do that, because you play like this, a lot of teams you're not going to be in a close ball game with. With turning the football over like this, getting severely penalized and out-coached, it's just it's a task that's going to be too much for this Bears team that is not built to come from behind to begin with to overcome. It's just not. I'm sorry, but Lou Getty, you got to go. I don't like this scheme. I don't like the way he calls plays for the quarterbacks, especially when you have a difference in talent and a difference in ability. And it's just bad. Screen passes, too many of them, at weird times. Then you're not putting yourselves in a lot of third and short situations, especially with Bagent as your quarterback. Tough one, but Bears lose 24-17, and the game was almost not that close if you watch it with your own 2 eyes. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.